Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Contentful Changelog show. I'm Marcelo Lewin from headlesscreator.com. And today I'm going to be talking to you about a release that Contentful did on October 26 that allows you to search for links to an entity in multiple locales. So we'll jump to that in just a minute. But before I do that, I want to remind you to check out headlesscreator.com, and you'll see there's a bunch of shows there. Let me switch here to my screen where you get to see. There we go. You should be able to see stuff there. There we go. So if you go to headlesscreator.com, I did a little bit of a redesign. But you can find all the shows there, and the changelog shows under shows. So you'll see it right there, changelog. And every episode, you will find a link to the actual Contentful changelog entry. So today, I'm going to be covering the 10/26/2020 entry in Contentful's changelog, and this is searching for links to an entity in multiple or different locales. So to better explain what that is, why don't we jump into Contentful and let's look at it from an actual content type perspective. So I'm going to jump into Contentful here. So you can see here I am Contentful. I'm going to go to the content model so you can see what I did. But basically I have a recipe content type, and this isn't a very extensive content type. This is just a simple, just to show you the concept here. But I have a recipe content type, and I also have an author. So an author will author a recipe. And you can see in the recipe that I have, it's a reference to authors, and it could be many authors. Now, one thing I did to show you about the locale is I localized the authors field. So I said enable localization, and I have English and Spanish locales created in Contentful here, right? Set up already. Excuse me. So let's go to the content, and let's take, for example, an entry of the recipe. So here's an entry that I just added for fun. But you can see that I have two authors. One that is the English author, and the other one is the Spanish author. So we have two authors here. So why don't we go, and if we go into GraphQL, and let's pull a query. So what we could do is we'll do a query for the author collection, right? So let's get all the authors. And I'm going to pull the first name, and I'm going to pull the last name. Let's just do that for now. And you can see that here are all the authors that exist in Contentful. So let's move this out of the way so I don't get it confused. So if we go into content, and then we look at author, you can see all the authors. Okay, so that's good. But now let's say I want to see where they're linking from, right? In other words, what articles have they written? So I can say linked from. We'll do that. And then we'll do recipe collection, and then we'll do items, and then we'll do, let's just say title, just the name of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit here, because otherwise if we don't limit, we're going to get a exceeded API hit. So we'll just limit it to 10, since I know I only have 4 authors anyway. Okay, so you can see right now that I'm getting, here's Angela Byron. She has no recipes that she created, but here's Michelle Jones that has one recipe that Michelle created, right? So if we go into the embrace the end here, this